Hey friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kenzie Sexton and I am a 4th grade teacher in South Dakota. Today for Tech Tip Tuesday, I'm going to be showing you around Prodigy. So let's get started. So far, all I've done is logged in to make a new Prodigy account. You can set it up with your school email, you can use a Google email, whatever is best for you. Then I went in and they just notified me that I had created a class, that there was a placement test that the students would take first, and then it gets to this point where it asks you if you'd like your students to create their own accounts or if you'd like to create your students' accounts. Typically, I think it's best, I've done it, where I just created the student accounts at the beginning of the year before school starts, just so that they're ready. So then I would just click continue, and then you would type in your student's first name with their last initial. So for a fake name, I'm just going to go Ashley A and click add. Nope. Oh, sorry. No period. Ashley A, add. And let's do what they had, the Stuart L. Oops, there we go. Add. Right now I'm just going to add those two, and then I'll click create accounts. And it comes up with PDF instructions on how to log in with the username and password. So they just created the usernames and passwords for each of your students, and then they have personalized instructions that you can send home with your students for the parents to look at. So if I click download PDF, you'll see it has the names. It uses their name and then random numbers for their username, and their passwords are always super simple with a word and then a simple number. And then down here you can see as well that they give you login cards. So these are awesome to be able to cut out and then just tape in student agendas or anywhere else that you would like them to go, maybe in math folders, wherever is best for you to keep those things. And so then you can just print the list when you are ready. Something that I want to clarify before we begin is the login on this page, that is for the educator's account. When your students log in or go to prodigygame.com, they will click on the Play Prodigy tab, because when they click on that, it takes them to the start of the game where they can then log in. So I actually already saved one of my fake student accounts on here. When you log in and get to this page, it then allows the student to create their own avatar for this game. And this is a very fun part of the game for the students because they always love creating their personalized avatar. So I'm just going to start clicking some random things. Next.
Are you playing from home or from school?
So then you have the option to have the students play from home or school. So I always make sure they know at the beginning of the year that if they are at home, they need to be clicking on home. If they're at school, they need to click on school. And this is one of those games that you will notice that students do really enjoy doing at home as well. So I will do school right now. And then, yes, it allows the guardian to link their account to this as well. And then it gives the students some free stuff on their game if parents do that. So it takes them through a story. And in the story, it allows the student to also name their wizard. So you can see there's a bunch of options on this page, but there's way more than that. So the students can choose their name, they can choose just a name that they like. It's really up to them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click on a name, click on done, and then the student can begin playing. Kind of jumped a little farther into the game. This is what it looks like on the students' end for their math. They do this thing called wizard battles. So they'll battle another wizard in the game to complete math problems. So here they can choose whether or not they battle another student in the class or if they would like to they just battle a random person. Here is what the problems look like. So when you get to this part, it is cool because they have the writing features on the side here, so they could click on one of the pencils and then go ahead and just like write on here however they want. And they have the eraser on there as well. So that is a cool extra feature that they have. Up here is the question, which is a pentagon. They do have these little light bulbs that you can click on for more hints if the student is not understanding the problem. And then when they're ready, they click on what their answer is. And then after they've clicked on their answer, they click cast spell. And it will tell them if they are correct or not. If they are not correct, I'll show you how that plays out. But then as they get correct answers, they start to defeat their opponent. So now here, if I get a problem wrong again, it has the hint up here. If they choose to click on it, they can still write. If I click and get it wrong, I'll show you what happens. It tells you that your answer was incorrect, and then they can click to see the answer. And then they go back to the battle, but then they end up losing some points on that. So that's what challenges your students to really get the answers correct and do their best work. Okay, so now I'm back in the teacher's view if you logged in as the educator. And I just wanted to show you around a couple things here real quick. So the first thing that you can see is at the top, it's saying that some of your students are working on their placement test. So at the beginning of Prodigy, the program has students answer questions so that they can help figure out where the student's learning is. The game will then start students working at the level that they tested in at. And then as they get answers correct, they start to move up and work on harder problems. So the game constantly adjusts to the students' understanding of different concepts in math. So you can see that they're working on their placement test. This will help determine where each student starts. Then if you look down here, they have the leaderboard, and that just shows you which students have answered the most correct answers for this week. So I've only logged in as Ashley, and you can see I was just kind of trying to throw some problems in there to get her placement test going. So she has scored a 6 out of 10 on her questions this week that she has answered, and then Stuart hasn't answered any yet. This box here shows you how much time or how many questions students have worked on at home, which would be the purple, and blue, which would be at school. So here you can see that they've only worked on it at home, and it even shows you like what day it's on, how many they have answered, all kinds of things. It's great to be able to identify if you assigned time or amount of questions as homework, then you can hop on here and see if your students have completed that. It also shows that right now I've had the assessment going is the placement test, and that's what they're working on. The end date would be July 21st, so students have to complete it by then. And then over here it shows that I have one student that is in progress in the placement test, and I have one student that is not. And then at the end of this page, it also shows you the weekly skills that the students are working on. And then you can click in here to see a full report as well. If you go off to the side again, if you click on students, it shows you all their login information. And it also shows you if their parent has connected to their account or not. The next thing I'm going to show you is going into the assessments tab. In here, you can choose to align your your standards that you're working on in class with what the students are working on Prodigy. You can also quiz students on set skill, and you can also prepare them for other tests. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like if you set it for a standard. So I'd click continue. Then you can choose your grade level up here that you want them to work on, and then the topic it is under, the category that's under. The thing is, you can only select one standard for students to work on at a time. So I'm just going to go ahead, click the first one there, and click next. And then it has you assign a name for this. So I'm just going to just going to put beginning of the year for now. Click next. And then it has you set dates. All right, I'm going to start it on Saturday and I'm going to end it on Monday. So then you would click create, and it shows you if students are working on that from Saturday to Monday, they have to put in 5 minutes a day or a total of 15 minutes to complete the activities or the questions that the program has for it. So then you can adjust it if you need a longer amount of time or a shorter amount of time, however you want. When you're done, you just click got it. So then you can see here on my calendar that my students are working on their placement test up through July 21st. And then I also assigned the beginning of the year standard, which I just showed you, Saturday through Monday. The last thing I wanted to show you is the reports page. Here you can print student reports in a bunch of different formats. So you can print their progress, student comprehension, the usage time that they're putting in, weekly activities, placement tests, results, assignments, plans, topic coverage, and curriculum coverage. So you can see this is a great activity that helps align what you are doing in class to a very fun, interactive game for the students to enjoy. If you enjoyed this video today, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would also love to hear from you in the comments below. Thanks for watching.